Madam President.
The senator from Massachusetts.
Thank you, Madam President, and I thank the gentleman for yielding. I'm pleased as well that the Senate is moving this week to consider the FDA Safety and Innovation Act, very important piece of legislation that will help ensure Americans have access to safe, innovative medical treatments by giving the FDA the resources it needs to review new products as safely and as quickly as possible, while also giving the industry the certainty it needs to continue investing in new research. As I travel around Massachusetts, the number one issue I find is that lack of regulatory certainty and sometimes tax certainty. So this is certainly a step in the right direction. And I'm pleased that this legislation takes many steps to strengthen the medical innovation industry in the United States. I've championed one such provision with Senators McCain and Casey that will smooth the regulatory path that I referenced earlier for new moderate-risk medical devices. The underlying bill before us needs to be passed as quickly as possible to guarantee that regulatory certainty at the FDA for the industry and its stakeholders. However, I'm disappointed that the Senate has not yet taken time to address the key area of concern related to this bill, and that's the new medical device excise tax. The new 2.3% tax on medical device sales that was imposed in the federal health care law will cost our economy thousands of jobs and limit Americans' access to the most groundbreaking, state-of-the-art medical devices, which many people need. For the past 18 months, I've been pushing for the Senate to consider a medical device tax repeal bill that I introduced back in February of 2011, one of the first bills that I introduced. And today, I, along with others, will be introducing an amendment to repeal this job-killing tax, a tax which will, in fact, drive up the cost of health care and care for patients and make our workers and our companies less competitive. I can tell you in Massachusetts, we have over 400 medical device companies. We're an innovative state. We have the ability to have companies like this in Massachusetts employing nearly 25,000 workers and contributing over $4 billion to our economy, and that is obviously a substantial industry in Massachusetts, and it affects each and every person throughout this country indirectly. If it goes into effect next year, this harmful tax will put American workers at a competitive disadvantage and chase jobs overseas. There's already companies been over the last year and a half looking overseas, already shifting their strategy. And where's that money coming from? Where's that 2.3% tax? In some instances, represents the entire net profit for some of these young companies in Massachusetts and throughout the country. It will potentially cost 43,000 jobs across the country with a loss of $3.5 billion in wages. And I'm not quite sure how that makes sense in anybody's book. Massachusetts alone is expected to lose over 2,600 jobs as a direct result of this tax, and up to 10% of our entire medical device manufacturing workforce will be affected. Bottom line is we just can't have this kind of job loss in a sector of our economy when we're still struggling. That we are, as I said, an innovative state. We do have over 400 medical device companies in Massachusetts. We do generate a tremendous amount of revenue in the billions of dollars. So where is this tax going to come from? Is it coming from R&D? Is it going to come from growth, expansion, hiring, firing? Where's it coming from? No one seems to know. I can tell you, though, that the Massachusetts companies and companies throughout the United States are deeply, deeply concerned about this. And I find it surprising and disappointing that there is not a consensus to repeal the medical device tax, which will affect states across this great country. And whether it's on a bill or a standalone bill, we need to get it done. And we need to get it done like we did in a truly bipartisan, bicameral manner on the 3% withholding, the 1099 fix, the Hire a Hero Veterans Bill, the Insider Trading Bill. We have worked together truly in bipartisan manner to get things done. It matters a great deal to Massachusetts, and it should concern every member of this body. Madam Chair, I thank you, and I doubt the absence of a quorum.